How's everybody doing? I'm trying to find my Rumble channel here. I don't know. Is I'm trying to bring up because I can't monitor the chat unless I gotta find this. It's funny because it doesn't seem to be showing up on my channel. Where live videos all. Gosney, let's put on I don't know. Is I want to I gotta find this. Hold on a second. Go live. Okay, here it is. Let's see. Are we running? Okay, there we got it. Got it. I don't know what's up with Rumble, but it's not doesn't seem to be working. Okay, well, I hope I see I've only got one person, so something's up with Rumble. It's like not showing up. Let me share it one more time here. I'll put it Rumble not working. I don't know. Come over now. All right. All right. I'll give it a shot. We'll see. All right, but if yeah, nobody's over there, so I don't know. So if you're on YouTube, that's where we are. We're on YouTube today, I guess. So how's everybody going? I have a fun stream, another fun stream, a bunch of great movies, and believe me, need the pick me up. We've had everything seems to be tough, right? Let's go ahead and share it. Let's go ahead and share it here because I don't know what Rumble is doing, but I've never had a problem with Rumble before, but it's given me problems, right? So let's go ahead and share that. And live, yeah, here we go. All right, yeah. So I'll share. We're in Twitter. Here is YouTube link. Come over now. You guys don't want to see all this behind the scenes stuff, but usually it just works. I don't know what's up with I don't know what's up with Rumble. Yep, nobody's over there. Okay, anyways. Let's see, what are we going? Okay, yes, today. Oh, experts here, Michelle C. How are you? Amateur Iconoclast, Heather M. Lily, another live stream. Yep, Ginger with a Soul. Tank Rat, how are you doing? Good to see you. I see, good to see you over there. Gifted 20. Oh, you're the, yeah, okay, I see it. Yeah, I was thinking Tank Rat. I know that you have a thing, and Tank Rat's thing is he gives memberships. I do have memberships on YouTube, and I set them up for like, I don't even know if I think it's free. I'm not sure. I set it up like the bottom tier is like the cheapest of all tiers. It's like I think I set it at $0. It might be $1 or something. But if anything, just join that bottom tier. That would be great. But thank you, Tank Rat, for gifting 20 memberships. That's very kind. And I know you do that for a lot of streamers, and that's very generous. And I wanted to talk with Sally finally. She's over in Rumble. Yeah, something's going on. 41 followers on Rumble. Oh, I know what it is. Oh my goodness, I know what I did. I said it. I'm streaming as SNG. Okay, that's what it is. Tell you what, let me try to fix that. Okay, I'm okay. I'm gonna. Oh, how can I do that? Can I fix that now? Oh man, this sucks. Yeah, set up a new live. No, I can't do it. Yeah, because I have this crime law thing when I originally set it up, and I just had my first book, Ideas and Answers in Law, so I'm like, I'll be crime law. I mean, I don't know, because I was trying to figure out something that I could put like crime law, and originally my website was crime law because this whole thing started with this first book to like promote the first book, which was Ideas and Answers in Law. So I'm like, okay, well, crime law, that'll be it, right? So that was my original thing, and Rumble started there, right? And then as we went forward, I kind of started pushing books and pumping out books, and all of a sudden that became a little less relevant as we went further because second book was over here, which is Prepare, and then Death Penalty Debates and Summer Friend, and now Brucey, which I will tell everybody. It's at the printers. It's being printed. I just approved the finals, so I can tell you that Yeah, go talk with Sally. There's only 3 watching on Rumble. Go over to YouTube. I hate to say that, but do that tonight only, all right? Because I only have 41 followers on that. I don't know what happened. Memberships are 5. When I bought my membership, it was 1. What happened? I don't know, Gigi. I don't know. I set it up originally. What is the years? Is the youngest classic Disney animation. So what year? Tank Rat asks. So what year is the youngest classic Disney animation for you? Well, you're just laying it up, right? Okay, you're hitting that pitch right in the sweet spot. Okay. Well, let's talk about it. Now, I've arranged these in a semi, like a typical me. I'm going to give it sort of a semi ranking. It's not like absolutely in order. And it was really hard. I deleted some great movies that you all are going to love. I know, because it just doesn't have as much meaning to me. When I think about the movies that affected me when I was a child, and ones that when I had a son and we watched them together, the ones we watched over and over and over again, they may not even be the biggest movies. I've sort of made a collection here. So I eliminated ones that didn't have meaning or weren't the biggest movies, but I have over here almost all of the Disney classic movies. All right. So I've got a lot of them lined up. And I'm just going to talk about each one of them. And we'll talk about them. And if you haven't seen some of these, then maybe you can pick them up. And this is all in honor of Brucey, because Brucey is being printed as we speak. Isn't that cool? It should be done within the next couple days, and it's going to be shipped off. What they do is they ship me a proof, one first copy proof. And then once I give it the thumbs up, then they ship them all back. So get your Brucey the One-Eyed Wonder Dog at stevegosney.com right over here. In fact, I should do like one of these banners. Hey, look at that. It's the only place you can get it. Okay, so the first one, and I will say the first one is in honor of my wife, because my wife loves this movie, and I didn't watch it when I was a kid, but you gotta salute. This is the thing. Sometimes when you sit and watch a movie, you do it because your spouse wants to watch it, your son wants to watch it, right? And it's the sharing experience. Even if it's not your favorite movie, it's not all about you. And isn't that what families should be? Tia, good to see you, Tia. So yeah, here's the first movie, and it's her favorite Disney movie, and that is called Mulan. Mulan. This is the Disney Mulan movie, right? And so that was, and I think it's because my wife is, South Pacific Islander / Asian, right? Filipino. And I think she related to the Mulan character. So I'm just going to throw that one out there. I'm going to give another one to shout out to my son's godfather. And this is one I do like, but I wouldn't put it in the top tier necessarily, but I'll give you a little story behind it. My son's godfather is a big fan of the Aristocats. And this movie has a lot of meaning to it, because first of all, I'm a cat person. I've got dogs, but my son is really, really allergic to cats. I love cats. I had a cat named Jerry when I was growing up. He lived to be 18 years old, and I loved him. And I love the Aristocats. And my friend Chris, who's Stevie's godfather, loved the Aristocats and named his cats Berlioz and Toulouse, which are after the Aristocats. And also, I will say another thing. There's a great song in this one called "Everybody Wants to Be a Cat." And when we were up in Maine, we went up to Maine, and we were in this bar. It was like a lobster bar. They have the lobster sandwiches, and we were watching this jazz band play, and they did a rendition of "Everybody Wants to Be a Cat" in jazz, and it was so good. So let's just say I like the Aristocats, but these are because I have loved ones and people that I love that love these movies, and I wanted to put them up front, right? And that's the thing. What you have to do is, when you got children's movies, some of these movies, it's like, would you sit down alone and watch these? Probably not. But when you're with your son or your daughter or your child, then Tank Rat says, I guess I'm getting old if Mulan is a classic. Well, wait until you see some of the other picks. Tank Rat. And thank you for being here. Great to see you. Rare in the history. I love that one too. Alley Cat's jamming is hilarious, right? Let's quit the banner thing. That's kind of silly. Hi. Okay. So here's okay. So now we'll talk about movies. All right. Let's go to movies that when I was a kid, they had a lot of meaning to me. And these are ones that I'd say this is daddy's movies. All right. And this one is 101 Dalmatians. I just love this one. This one is so nice. And this was a real classic original Disney movie. Cruella, who can forget Cruella de Vil? And they have to remake all these movies. Why do they do that? If you get it perfect the first time, why would you have to go remake it? And one of the reasons I love this, oh yeah, pulling the sword to stone Robin Hood, right? I'm going to leave some off of here that you guys are going to be upset. I'm trying to just get because I've got a whole pile of them over there. I tried to pick out like the ones that really had meaning, and when I think about it, and one of the things when I had a kid, I had these Disney books that had all these great Disney stories in them, and that was one of the things when I first started to read. And they had a 101 Dalmatians story in it, and so this movie made that story come alive. So I read the book, and then when I saw the movie, I was like, "Wow, that's pretty neat." You mean it kind of translated book to movie? I thought that was pretty neat, and I think it's a pretty good movie. So 101 Dalmatians, and so we're still talking daddy now. Now I'm going to throw this one in here because, okay, let's talk. This is not real. I wouldn't say this is one that I even want to rewatch, but you got to admire it for its artistic mastery, and that's Bambi, right? Bambi is amazing, but of course the scene that shook me up when I was a kid was Bambi's getting, the parent getting shot. Scene. And it's not such a good Excited Utterance is here. We're going to go over to Excited Utterance after we get done here. So just so you can know. I wonder if I can. Okay. So Bambi is, I'll tell you one thing. See, Bambi was, I think, the third Disney movie. I think it was the third Disney movie that they did. And the thing about the Bambi is that every shot is like a work of art. It's a painting. It's like a watercolor painting. The images and the visuals. And one thing that I love about movies, I like movies with great music and great visuals, less dialogue, almost like telling it with a painting. And this movie, they really went to town, and it cost Disney a lot of money to do this. This was a budget breaker for Walt Disney, but of course it paid off in spades. But I can't say, I don't know. We never watched this with my son because I was so scarred by the Bambi in the movie theater. They used to re-release the movies in the theater, like I think every 6 or 8 years. So they had a cycle of the classic Disney movies. You can go to the theaters. They don't do that anymore. But so I'm putting Bambi on the list. Now here's one. This is one that I think it's a great movie. It's more for the ladies. More for the ladies. All right. I don't relate to it as much, but I liked it anyway. Maybe it's just coming out my side. It's Cinderella. First of all, I always thought Cinderella's castle was great at the Disney World. When I was a kid, we went to Disney World all the time. I am from Florida, Central Florida, right? And some of the magic, like when the little bippity boppity boop. They do that. Cinderella. It's a female story, right? But it's a wonderful story. I still appreciate it, even though it doesn't really connect with anything that I would be like. I'm not going to be the Cinderella going to the Golden or the sisters. It's a very feminine myth, right? A female mythology. But Cinderella is great front to back. And I don't mind watching this. It's a very good movie. So Cinderella. Also loved Cinderella's castle. I always thought that was magical in the Magic Kingdom. Okay, so what's the next one to pick here? Okay, I'm going to go with when I was again, this is going back to when I was a kid, and this was a great movie when I was a kid that I loved, and it's Lady and the Tramp. I loved Lady and the Tramp. This was the Scotch. All the dogs had their own little personalities, and and the rough and tumble dog, and the pretty little dog. I loved the oh, and the cats. We are Siamese, if you please. We are Siamese, if you don't please. I loved it. I love the cats, and that was so Siamese cats. If you ever been around Siamese cats, the spaghetti, the love story, the romance. See, I'm really a romantic. I'm a romantic, and this is a romantic movie, and it's kind of pure and unadulterated, just young love. And then, of course, they get together and they have a big family. Isn't that just wonderful? Isn't it a great little story? In fact, maybe this is a bit of inspiration for Brucey, about like, we see ourselves in our pets. Okay, so Lady and the Tramp, big movie for me when I was a kid. I think when I was a kid, this is probably my favorite movie I saw in the theaters. Now here's the next one that I saw, and I remember this one stunned me in the theaters. It was stunning. I didn't know, it was not what I expected, because I'm thinking Lady and the Tramp, right? And I go and see this one, and it's like mind blown. I'm like, what is this? It kind of ahead of it. I mean, it was scary and adult like, and of course, what am I talking about? But Fantasia. I thought this was going to be some Mickey Mouse cartoon, but this was. I mean, and you wonder about why you are who you are. And everybody knows I love music, and I love visuals, and I love low dialogue. Well, what do you got? You got great music, no dialogue, great visuals, very unusual movie, a work of art, a very serious kind of movie in some ways. But Leopold Stokowski, I think it's Stokowski, the some of the music. In fact, I was listening to the soundtrack to this movie today in the car. It's got a great soundtrack, wonderful music. So I'm going to put Fantasia on there as very impactful. I think that early watching of Fantasia, it was a little bit ahead of where I was when I saw it in the theater, and it had such an impact on me. Maybe it spurred that musical side of me. I don't know, awakened that. Very unusual movie though, and I don't know, could they make this today? Well, could they make a lot of these movies today? But definitely that one. White Rabbit's here. Good to see you. All right, so I'm going to go with Fantasia. Okay, now we're getting down to. All right, well, I'm a big fan of Jordan Peterson, and I didn't like this movie when I was younger. As I've gotten older, I've become to appreciate it, and now that I'm older and I understand them, and I've had Jordan Peterson explain it to me, I think it's a really good movie, and that is Pinocchio. Pinocchio. The psychological meaning of this movie is quite complex. And had I not had Jordan Peterson explain it to me, I would have thought it was scary, like when he goes in with the crazy carnival. It's almost like hell on earth, right? But it talks about being trapped in childhood and growing up. Interesting movie. Interesting movie. So this one I've come to appreciate as I've gotten older, and we watched this one with my son, and I like this movie now. So when I saw it in the theater, it wasn't one of my favorites, but I'm moving it up, right? All right, let's keep talking. Keep moving. All right, now the next one is one that I saw in the theaters. It was scary. Of course, when you're a little kid, nowadays, what are these kids that got the internet? It's not so scary. But I'm going to go with the one that started it all, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Now, I know they're trying to remake this. Again, of course, the music is wonderful. Oh, speaking of which, Pinocchio, some of the greatest music. When You Wish Upon a Star, holy cow, so great. But back to Snow White, this movie was one of the highest grossing movies ever made. When this made Disney, like I said, they poured money into this movie, and it was a make or break. It was kind of like you're going to go bankrupt or they're going to go big or both. And it went big and allowed Disney to become the corporate empire that it is. And to be squandered as it is now in the modern times. But this is the one you've got to include this because it started it all. Someday my prince will come. Wonderful, right? So good movie. All right. And then here's the other movie that they cobbled together between Snow White and Bambi, because Snow White generated all kinds of money, but the war started and they needed to get to Bambi because Bambi was taking so much money and so much time. And so they had to put something out real quick. And this may be my favorite Disney movie of all time, and it's Dumbo. Now, people, I have watched, of all of these movies, I've watched this one more than any of them, because when my son was a little baby, we would watch this over and over and over again. You know, when the Dumbo swims around in the tub, you know, because that's what little babies do. You wash them and then they squirt and they play and they see mom. And there's so many very, very young attributes to this. And I love Dumbo. And of course, you know, Baby Mine, holy cow, what a heartbreaking when mom's in jail. Dumbo, a great movie, underestimated. And it's sweet, it's short, you can watch it with your little child. Don't forget Dumbo, right? Talk with Sally. I see you. Don't forget Dumbo. Dumbo loves you. So yeah, the pink elephant screams. Yeah. All right. Maybe I do like the trippy ones. Maybe this is some insight into who I am. So, all right, now let's get into some more modern stuff because, okay, those were all the old classics, right? All right. Oh, we're doing good on time. Okay, so I've got a few more here, and now we're going to move into the modern era. All right, when we talk modern era, now this is one that's, you know, when Pixar comes around and all that, this is one that you all are going to be, you know, not everybody puts this on their list as far as being great. All right. But I do, because when, like I said, when my son was growing up, this is a boys movie. It's called Cars. Now, part of it is that, you know, who's in this is Richard Petty and his wife. And I'm always a King Richard Petty. Hello, Mr. the King, right? Hello, Mr. the Expert. And we loved this movie and we watched it over and over again. And so this movie has a tie, as you know, maybe it's more of a boys type movie. But why not have a boys? Boys can have their movie. We got Mater there, who's funny, and cute movie. Owen Wilson. So I'm going to put Cars up there. I know that most people are like, yeah, Cars is okay. First Cars movie, I think is great. It's kind of NASCAR. Maybe it's from Daytona, right? And then another one that we watched a lot, not as much as Cars, but we did watch this, and I think it's probably a better movie, objectively, is Finding Nemo. And, you know, this was, a lot of this goes because, you know, we had annual passes to Epcot, and they had the Nemo ride at Epcot. And so we'd see that over and over again, and it was really clever. You know, the turtle, they have this interactive turtle. Somehow they, you know, you can ask the turtle questions and it'll interact with you. And of course, who doesn't love Nemo and Dory, who forgets? There's a lot of characters in here. Very sweet movie. A little sad, you know, lost child. Always tough, right? So put Nemo on there. Top three, we're back down to three. I know I've left a lot off. Okay, I get it. When I went through this, what I did is the ones that I'm leaving off are ones that just did not. It is Pixar, but it's Walt Disney. Look, see here, Walt Disney Presents, because Walt Disney bought Pixar back when they were making money because they were actually making children's films. Notice the cutoff, the woke Disney stuff. I have nothing to do with. All right, so the next one is going to be great. And another one that Jordan Peterson, I liked the movie before Jordan Peterson, and I love the movie after Jordan Peterson, and that's The Lion King. Now, some people put this at the top of the list of all time, right? Disney stuff. It's hard to compare movies, you know, which one's better. Each one has its own mythology. But The Lion King, of course, is a big blockbuster. I think it's their biggest moneymaker. Um, but who can't forget Scar? Oh my goodness. The movie, the music, Circle of Life. Lion King, yeah, many people. This is number one for most people. I get it. Um, but and these are these are kind of interchangeable. In fact, all of them are kind of interchangeable. These are all ones that are worth having in your collection, so they can't cancel them and take them away from you. Like they edited out Song of the South. They edited out in Dumbo. They edited out the crows. What are they? Jim Crows. We can't talk about Jim Crow, right? Who's doing the censoring again? All right, now I've got 2 movies left, and I'm going to go with the first one. Again, this is another one that just slays. And my wife likes this one. This is her favorite movie, and it's Beauty and the Beast. But the problem with that, she's like, "You're the Beast." Well, I'm not the Beast. I'm not. Of course, I don't want to be the Gaston either. I don't want to be him. I don't know. But Mrs. and Chip. Beauty and the Beast, wonderful movie. At the time when this came out, the animation was groundbreaking. When they're dancing, the two are dancing, and when they go up in the computer, the integration of the digital. Back when they actually used digital to enhance animation rather than supplant animation. So a wonderful, again, another movie I think that is more directed towards the female of the species, more of a romantic thing. That's why it's going number 2 here. Although these aren't really ranked. But I'm just talking. Okay, now want to hear my number 1 is Incredibles. The Incredibles, again, this appeals, not only does it appeal to everybody, it's got a character that everybody can relate to. There's the no capes. I saw a guy the other night. I was going to a the Incredibles. I was going, where was he? And I saw guys like, "Hey, you're Frozone." And Mr. Incredible, and then the kid, every character is relatable. It's got a great message. It's quite a conservative movie, I'd say. Oh, Tankrat. What did you say here? Tankrat's got Steve, did you know that Dumbo was cut short from originals plans for because of lack of resources? Yes, I talked about that. I did. It was cut. It was very shoestring. Tankrat, thank you for adding that. That's true. If I didn't make that too clear. And the Lion King theory, making anthropomorphic animals the protagonists and love interests in these films created furry culture. Really? What do I know? I'm not a furry, so how could I say? Maybe I am. I don't know. Maybe we all are. I'm a little furry. A little furry. So Incredibles, wonderful movie, great story, great message, action, fun, fashion, good message that all the kids need to hear is that, be exceptional, be the best that you can be, right? Don't tear others down. Be the best person that you can be in the best way that you can be to make the world a better place rather than tearing people down that succeed, jealousy. There's a lot of really powerful messages in this one. So that's my Disney must-have collection. I know I left out a lot, and there's ones in there like Sleeping Beauty, and I'm Sleeping Beauty. The dragon was the great part, but and there's things, but once I started getting into those are ones that didn't have as much meaning to me because I could have put in like The Rescuers, right? But I don't know. I mean, there's so many great movies, but I thought that if I'm going to pick like a must-have collection, that would be it. So we got a pile. There's the pile. Somebody clipped last time. Somebody was doing the work. It's so nice. Our internet people are neat. They're like, here's Gosney's. But I'm not really even saying this is a ranking. I'm just explaining to you why I picked the movies that I did. Right? All right. So that's Little Mermaid. See, there's another one. A lot of people, and there are some new movies like I haven't seen, for example, Tarzan, but I just never got around to it, and my son aged out. I still want to watch Dumbo with him, but he's like, Dad. So don't get to watch Dumbo. Okay, and one more thing. I'm going to show you, since you're here in my capture, I'm going to show you. Let me see here. You know what? I don't know if I have. All right, 1 second, because I want to show it to you the right way, not the cheap way. Because Brucey is out. Now is the time to order your copy of Brucey. And I will tell you, if you order your copy of Brucey the One-Eyed Wonder Dog, which is my children's book, only available from me, stevegosney.com, only there. Okay, let me see, order notes, proofs. You can, then I will tell you, it's going to be on 100-pound gloss paper, which is the top quality paper. All these pre-orders will be done with on hardback books. These are all hardbacks. So it's going to be the highest quality paper, highest quality printing, full color, front to back, best illustration. I had great layout people. So I'm going to go through it with you and show you how great this is. All right. Yeah, I thought about a non-animated Disney list. I might do that too. See, part of it though is, and I'm not really the expert on everything, like Robin Hood. Yeah, that's another one. I have ones that impacted me as a child, and I'm a Generation Xer, right? So, like one of the, and I'll sneak a peek on, or like for example, World's Strongest Man. Do you remember that with Kurt Russell? That was a great movie when I was a kid. Now, maybe it isn't so great. Maybe it's just a stupid movie. But when I was a kid, I thought it was great. They'd eat the cereal and they'd go, they'd lift the big weights. That was fun. Maybe that's why I like Strongman. I don't know. Some of these early childhood things, you wonder how much the impact they had as a relationship into that. But another one I was thinking about was doing in non-Disney animated features, but there's a lot of them that I haven't seen. I've got one right here, and just so that we're in time for the season, non-Disney bonus episode. You gotta watch. It's The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Just saying. Okay, not Disney. I get it. Okay, Fox and the Hound. There's another. What do you guys think? Fox and the Hound. Pippi. Yeah, Pippi Longstocking. There's one. That's right. That was a Disney movie. You know, one that's sort of animated that I thought about putting in this collection, but it's Pete's Dragon. Do you remember Pete's Dragon? That was a great movie. Okay, let's see here. All right, so here, want to see the proofs? Okay, I'm going to present this. Watch this. Okay, you guys, this is special just for you. If I can get it together, here it is. You see this? Yeah, okay, you can see it. So look here. This is what you're going to get. You see that? Oops, there he is. Brucey the One-Eyed Wonder Dog. Look at this. Isn't this beautiful? Artistry. This is where I'm inspired by these animations from Disney. See there? And then at the end, you're going to get the Serenity Prayer. Little peek there. It really came out spectacular. So go to stevegosney.com and get your Brucey the One-Eyed Wonder Dog. Give it to the child in your life. The children need to be read to, and it's going to be also another thing. It's going to be 11 by 8.5. So the idea of this book too is that you read it to your child. So that's big. It's going to be as big as a piece of paper, but it's going to be long ways, and it'll fold out like this so that you can sit with your child and you read. The paragraph will be on your side, and then your child will be on your right side, so you can hug them. and then you can, and they'll have the picture on their side, right? So it's designed to be read to the child. It's going to be 11 by 8.5, like this. So it's going to be big, hardcover, highest quality that you can get, and you will really not regret it. So it's a Christmas gift, and I can't guarantee once this first order, and I'm going to be on Jeff's stream in next Friday, and we're going to drink and sell books and all. But I really do love what it came out with. Thank you, Mrs. Griff. Good to see you. All right. Well, I think that's good. We had a good night. Don't you think? That was a little happiness in your life? I'm happy. And we're going to end this, and we're going to go over to Excited Utterance. And so tell everybody Ghazni rate. I don't know how many people are here. I don't know. That Rumble didn't work. I messed it up. All right. Well, God bless you and good night. Thank you, Tank Rat, by the way, very much for the membership supports. Okay.